Yes, actually, there was a very interesting question that got asked at the end of the session. Someone asked how I recommended they handle the guilt they felt at not already having mastered all the different ways that AI integration um, was happening at their organization. Like they felt the pressure to simultaneously be getting more efficient at their job while simultaneously being fed all of these about how they had to incorporate AI, how they had to integrate AI, how AI needed to be used. And they were focused on their job. They were focused on supporting a customer, or they were focused on, managing employees. And it just felt like it was just haunting them, this feeling of like, this is piling up in the back of like, I'm falling behind because I haven't trained myself in all the ways of AI. And yet it's in it, and I'm already in the middle of it. It's like the basement is flooded and it's coming up to my knees kind of feeling. And I was so struck by the question. There were so many things that question revealed about their circumstances. And so what I said was that, first of all, that if they were feeling guilty because they hadn't managed to uptake all of the AI skills that they needed to be able to handle the integration that was being foisted on them, they should stop and think about where the guilt was coming from. The guilt was coming from a place of respect. They have respect for their organization. They have respect for their role. They have respect for their job. They know it's important that they do it well, and they know that these initiatives are just going to keep coming. So they feel like they're doing something wrong, and that's why they feel guilty. And I said, um, your company isn't really giving you a whole lot of respect, is what it
Right.
sounds like to me. It sounds like you're being asked to do more with less. You're being asked to fulfill a promise that you didn't make. And you aren't being trained or given the tools, resources, or the time needed to be successful. Kind of like you're being set up to fail. And if the thing you fail at doing is figuring out how to integrate AI, which is essentially taking the role away from people like you in the company, that's a double-edged sword there. That's kind of a, has a nasty aftertaste. And so I
Mm.
said, you should start by giving yourself more respect. Because first of all, the fact that you care enough about this circumstance that is essentially untenable to feel bad about not being able to do it says a lot about how much you are invested in helping the business succeed. You're trying to do your job and trying to do it successfully. Um, and it's your company's fault that you're failing. It's your company's fault that you're not better prepared, and that these things are being integrated without true integration. They're being
Right.
they're being introduced without integrate integration is the way I would put it.